I guess about the sounds of it that I'm going to have stupid computer day, so that didn't work out. What's up, everybody? It's EC Radio time. You can follow along on all Disruption Network social media platforms, as well as it wrapped up into a nice little podcast that you can listen to at your leisure, at your discretion at disruptionnetwork.net. You can find us on Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Much love to my friends over at EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his fine staff at 315-335-0516. There's no task they can't handle. They'll move a piano, they'll move an elephant, they'll move your zoo, they'll move your studio, they'll move your gym equipment, they'll move your Aunt Gertrude to wherever Aunt Gertrude needs to go. They'll pretty much do whatever you need. Give them a call today, 315-735 315-335-0516. I'm looking at too many different phone numbers over here. The next phone number I got to give you, it's 315-735-6162. And that is the direct hotline to my lawyer, Dave Longaretta. And he can give you some excellent legal advice. Take it from me. He's given me so much great legal advice throughout the years. 315-735-6162. Also, shout out to Utica Coffee and big ups to my friends over at the Saranac Brewery. I've got a buddy of mine on the horn today that I'm super excited to talk to. He's got a brand new album out. You guys can find it on all the streaming platforms such as Apple, Google, Spotify. You know all the streaming platforms. But my man Ben Blujus is hanging with me today. Blue, what's up, bud? Great to see you, man. Thanks for joining me.
Is it you too, man? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. You know, trying to hang through. How about you?
About the same, man.
Yeah.
Just playing, staying busy.
Have you been writing a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been writing a lot. I've been in the studio because, I mean, that's pretty much the extent of playing music nowadays. Studio and the occasional gig.
Yeah.
But, yeah, took the time to kind of go back to practicing, writing, and just use the time.
Now, you working your regular job, too? Are you still over there?
So, yeah, I actually I bartend at Myers Creek Brewing Company, which is the old Empire Farms in Cazenovia.
Wow.
Do music out there as well. So
that. Awesome.
Yeah.
So no more Dinosaur.
Yep, no, Dino, it's still there. It's just a little bit slower, so I've been more out there.
Oh, cool, man. Cool. And so throughout this quarantine, you've been writing music. Has it been Blue? I've noticed lately in your writing style, it's gotten really heavy and aggressive, which I love, by the way. And I love what you're writing. Yeah. Has it been getting heavy and aggressive? It's a little more angry now that we've been riding on this Corona coaster.
Well, you know, the anger came out right at the beginning. You know, after I stopped running and working 3 jobs, playing in 3 bands, and going all over the place, and then I got stuck in my house for 2 weeks. It was like, oh no, angry music time. But. Yeah, so that got out at the beginning of it. Now it's a little bit more mellow.
Yeah, you chilled out a little bit.
Chilled out a little bit. I got some of the teenage angst out, if you will.
I love it, man. I'm just looking at you. I'm thinking of all the great times we used to have together with Spring Street and Street Rock. We had a lot of good times together when we would co-bill, man. I wish we could get back to that soon. Maybe one day we can get back to those. That double bill, or even playing with your band, and I don't know, we'll figure it out down the road. But there was definitely a lot of great time shared.
If you build it, they will come. We will do it.
I love it, brother. I love it. So you got this new album out. Where did you record it?
So day one of Corona, my buddy Joe Bell, who played bass on it, basically produced it, called me up and was like, hey man, we're about to be locked inside for God knows how long. Do you care if I come set up a studio in your living room? I was like, well, I don't want you to breathe on me because I don't know if that's going to kill me or not, but sure, come on over. So, yeah, we literally set up a studio in the living room of my apartment right in Syracuse, and we just pretty much from day one just started recording, started playing. It made me sit down and, like, finish half-written songs I've had for years because I had the time to do it. Mm-hmm. I was like, what else are we going to do? So did that, and then basically put out a Facebook post to everyone saying, like, hey, if you have access to the studio and you can add tracks and you want to collaborate, get a hold of me and we'll do it. So we actually had about 9 or 10 guest musicians on this album.
Oh,
just
wow.
Sending it, all the way down to Nashville. And, yeah, and so it was awesome. It kept everyone in touch, gave me something to do, gave other people something to do, a creative outlet. And then I think we did 16 songs in total.
Wow.
So we ended up cutting it down to 11.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. And you had the time to be creative with it, so we could record, to all hours of the night. It taught us, we had to learn a lot about miking and all little ins and outs of recording, like getting sounds or whatever. So we cut it down to 11 songs and mixed it, mixed it ourselves, mastered it ourselves. My buddy Joe Bell once again, and then got it out for the Sammy, at least to get nominated. So
Yeah, man. Hey, that Sammy nod goes a long way, whether you win or not. Just to be recognized means a lot. And I mean, just think about all the submissions that they had this year, and your submission actually was one of the top four. So
yeah,
it's amazing, and that just shows that you did put out a great product and people were listening, man. So great job. Talk about some of the artists that you said a lot of people guest starred on it. Talk about some of the people that showed up on your album to help you record it.
yeah. So well, I'm lucky enough to one of my roommates is his name's Mike Spadero, and he plays bass in all the bands. He's a phenomenal bass player. So him and I got to really, we were basically the foundation of it because he's on, I'd say, probably at least 6 or 7 of the songs on bass.
Wow.
And so he's going to be in the Ben Blujus band when we get going again. Because that's the thing now, which is awesome because I've always been collaborative efforts, but I've never done like my solo quote unquote band. But that's gonna be a good time. I can't wait to get that going. So my buddy Gavin George, who I'm in BSG with, which is the loud aggressive music, which you were referring to,
Yep.
he drummed on a lot of the tunes, and he's awesome. He's another one,
Solid drummer,
colleague.
bro.
He's a solid drummer.
Yeah.
Let's see here. My buddy Aaron Walters, who lives down in Nashville, and this kid. He teaches at Belmont. He's one of those people that's better at every instrument that you are, and he'll do that on keys, guitar, drums. But he's a great dude too. So I was lucky enough to get him to put drum tracks down on the Chase, which is phenomenal. And he just kind of went off the cuff. I told everyone just do what you're feeling with the song and send it back. And if there's any changes or whatever, we'll talk about. But pretty much everyone, I love their takes on everything, and it was cool hearing it through a different set of ears. So he did that. He played the drums on that. And it was phenomenal. Let's see here. Joe Bell, like I said, who produced it. My buddy Brett Hoban, who we've been recording with, Dad's Todd Hoban Studios.
Yep.
He laid down a bass track for us. Oh man, this is a while ago too, so I'm gonna have to think. But I'll give the other guys shout outs later on in the segment
when it comes to you.
Exactly.
When it comes to you. Man, I remember Brett Hoban back in the day. He used to be in a band called Dr. Pocket. If you remember that
right.
band, they were great. They were such a fun little band. Almost had like a Steely Dan vibe to them. Really cool and smooth music, man. Some good stuff, man. Dr. Pocket was a fun band. Yeah, so you had some pretty good. You had some really cool people play on your album. It must make you feel good to hear somebody else's interpretation of your music, and when it comes back to you, it just that's got to make you smile for days.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was it's so cool. And even my buddy Ben Wayne, who I'm in this band, we're putting out our first album, The Last Call Kings, and he's a phenomenal. Him and Just Novak, they're in Safe Word. But all of us have a collaborative project called The Last Call Kings, and he's just got a killer voice. And he came and laid a verse down on one of the first songs I ever wrote when I was about 19 called The Magician. And just hearing that, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like a hip-hop-ish verse on top of it. It was just hilarious. It was great.
The one thing I love about Syracuse, and I'm starting to see more of it in Syracuse, is you guys got such a big circle of musicians to play with. You just mentioned Jess Novak. Shout out to Jess Novak too for winning a Sammy. But she has a band, and the Atkins Riot guys are backing her up, and there's just such a big circle of musicians, and you guys are all picking and playing with each other, man. I think it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, man, it's awesome to. Yeah, and everyone's, for the most part, everyone's just got a good attitude. I know we've talked about this before when I went back and watched your old podcast. Everyone kind of looks out for each other. Like if you have a gig, and I'll hit one of my buddies up I'm like, hey, if you want to come out and either make some quick cash or just play some songs, have some drinks, love to have you out. It's just community. It helps everything so much.
It really does, man. Who are some of the other bands you're chumming around with these days?
So, like you're saying, Atkins Riot, Sam Rue he was also on the album, but I play in BSG with Sam and Gavin, but he's the bass player or the in that band. So Anthony Saturno, Sam Rue, um, definitely Jess Novak band. All those guys. Let's see here. Who's playing out now? It's Jamie Cunningham. Um, my guys, BSG. I mean, that's all we can really do right now. I'm not
Yeah.
also trying to see a million people. Like
Right,
I already
true.
I already bartend and play gigs, and
Right.
I had Corona back in like November, so I'm not trying to get it again.
I don't blame you, brother. Have you been doing any live streams?
I was doing a lot of live streams up until about, I'd say, probably when I got Corona. But I need to get into it again because I get on stage and I play for an hour and I'm like winded because I'm out of shape.
We can get
So
you
they're
back
gonna
on the
start
ice,
back up
brother.
again.
We can get you back on the ice.
Exactly. I'm dying, man. I want to skate. I do want to skate. I was playing hockey about once, twice a week, and
Yeah.
nothing now.
And now nothing. How long has it been since you strapped on the skates?
About a year.
Wow.
I was getting back into the beer. I was in beer league shape at least.
Yeah.
Which entails at least 2 blues before you go on the ice. But
Right. It entails a 12 pack throughout the whole session of the game, really, before, in the middle, and after.
Exactly. Like when you were younger, we used to train and focus on how good we could get. Now it's like we pat ourselves on the back for staying in shape.
Even putting a 2-minute shift and you're like, wow, that was awesome, I'm not
Exactly.
dying right now.
Oh man, my doctor's gonna be so proud of me.
It's too funny. Those beer leagues are a lot of fun, man. You definitely are,
Yeah, they're a
especially
great
when you're on a good team and everybody gets along really good and all have the same goals in common. It could be a lot of fun to play on those beer pickup hockey leagues.
Oh man, it's a blast.
I miss that shit. We got to skate one of these days. One of these days we should get together and skate.
Yeah,
once this is all done.
absolutely. Like a pond hockey tournament or something.
Hell yeah. I would love that.
Yeah.
Dude, you mentioned you had Corona, man. Did you get beat up pretty bad?
Yeah, I got it pretty bad. My whole area, my whole neighborhood got hit really bad. So I kind of had the feeling, excuse me, that I would get it, and I did, and I was just in bed for like 4 days. I couldn't move. Sucked. Had a lot of packages delivered, which was great. Had a lot of friendly drop offs, but and then another person I'm living with, he only lost his sense of smell for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then other roommate didn't even get it at all. So
Wow.
yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre, but I got it over with. Stayed in my house for about 3 weeks, and then once I tested negative, I basically would like immediately just went on like an hour drive and would go to any park or anything outside away from people that I could for the duration of until now.
Just to get some
That was
air,
rough.
right?
Just to get out of my fucking house.
I don't.
man.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. You could say it. I prefer it.
Yeah, I remember the rules this time around.
No, just to get out of the house. I hear you, man. It's just been so everything gets. I'm with you, man. I'm ready for like a nice long trip all over the place. You know, just to
Yeah,
get the.
exactly.
Hey, do you still keep in touch with the Spring Street boys?
Yeah, I was hanging out with Ryan Vendetti last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he says to say hi.
Nice.
I was gonna actually have him guest on here, but
You should have.
I know next time I'll get him. But he's a little busy today, so
He would have took over.
yeah, I keep in
though.
touch with those guys. Oh yeah, exactly. That's how it always goes. Lead singers, you know what I mean?
Those freaking lead singers, man. They're all the same. They are definitely
All the same, yeah, all the same. But no, Ryan's been my boy since we're 6 years old. So
is he back locally?
yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
He was in Atlanta and he moved back about a little over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Had a good experience. He's here, and then we're gonna get the Vendetti band going.
I was just gonna ask that. That's good. The Vendetti.
Vendetti,
love it.
yeah.
Now is it just a
and he's
2-piece
great.
or
He's
is that a full band?
So it started as a 2-piece, but we do full band gigs, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool. It's him on acoustic, and he kind of translated over to the acoustic songwriter version, and it's cool, man. It's a cool vibe. Like we have a lot of random guest drummers, guest bass players, and it's cool. It keeps it fresh, and it's pretty easy to follow, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun to play in that band.
I always thought you two were great together. Like you guys are like almost like musical soulmates in a way.
Yeah, definitely. we were like writing songs when we were 18, 19. Our first bands growing up. So we got the hours put in. We got the years, the
That's for
road.
sure.
Yeah.
Sean Reedy's checking in, says Spring Street forever over there on
Sean
Facebook.
Reedy.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks
What's
for checking
happening,
in.
man?
Also want to say hello to Sarah out there, and thanks for checking in. Everybody out there in Facebook land, if they just want to do us a quick little favor and click the share button and help spread the word of Ben. Ben's got a brand new album out right now. What's the name of the album, and where can people get it?
Believe in Music, and it's on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all major streaming platforms.
Now, Blue, do you get CDs printed off, or do you feel it's a waste of time?
I used to, but this time around, I didn't do it. I still might, but I'm kind of more. I think I'm going to do the streaming and vinyl. I'm gonna try to do a small order of vinyl and see how that goes, because people are listening to vinyl. So,
are you a collector yourself?
I'm not, but I have enough friends that are collectors that I don't even have to be. I still listen to CDs personally. Like driving, there's something about putting a CD in and just letting it go.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. The whole involvement with the albums and CDs, that's a missing art nowadays, and I love to see the fact that vinyl is making a comeback. It's actually been back for a while, but it's cool to see it. It's such a niche thing nowadays, and people are releasing albums left and right on vinyl. I mean, it gets quite costly, but if you're a fan of the music and you're like a collector, I mean, albums and vinyl is the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm excited to dive into it, because I feel like it's like a niche market thing, but the people that you connect with on the vinyl, I feel like it's gonna be pretty cool. It's like, it's just like a deeper connection to it, or a different relationship with the music. So I'm excited.
Do you plan on doing any videos? You gonna put any kind of visual aspect to your music?
So yeah, we actually got into doing, like, making our own videos. We did a couple. I got one for the Hangover song, which we shot. It's actually hilarious. It's on YouTube. Look it up.
Okay.
We shot it, I think, the first week of Corona, when we were all locked inside. And so actually, there's footage from that from the last night. What was it? St. Patty's Day last year. So when we heard basically everything was shutting down on Monday, I had to get it on Saturday and then Sunday. And basically, one of the bands canceled the Funk, and they called me up like, "Hey, can you come play tonight? Because like everyone's canceling." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So there's footage from that last night before Corona hit. So it was like the last show in Syracuse played for a long time. So there's footage from that, and then like us playing beer pong in my living room, and it's pretty funny. We got the dogs in there. You got to have some dog footage to make a good music video.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty telling of the time. So if you get a chance, definitely check it out. The Hangover song.
The Hangover song. Okay, cool. I definitely will check that out. What was that night like? The very last show in Syracuse before the Corona coaster kicked in. Hey, did you guys just get schwilly all night, or what was that night?
Well, the
like?
Saturday night it was packed, and we just got schwilly. Like, we're all like, "Oh, this is real." Like, well, if we're gonna get it, we're gonna get here, but we're gonna get it together. So we just had a blast.
Down with the
nobody
ship.
got it. Exactly, pretty much. We were like, "Oh man, this is not good," but here we are. And then the last night out was pretty eerie, man. It was because there were only like, I think, 3 people. There were like 5 of our friends, there, but it was just downtown was dead, and it was just eerie, But we had a good night, and I'm glad we got to play it, but yeah, eerie.
Yeah, it definitely still is eerie, but it's starting to come back a little bit, starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully soon we can get back to full speed again and get back to entertaining the people, Blue.
Absolutely. Got to do it. Hopefully there'll be a new, appreciation more so.
I think so. I think so. Chris Fisher's checking in. He wants to know your favorite beer at Mirror. Is that the beer pub you
Myers Street?
I'm sorry, Myers.
Yeah. That's okay. Sea of Clouds. It's a New England style IPA, and it just tastes like a sea of clouds. It's absolute pure deliciousness, beer perfection.
You prefer IPAs over anything else?
Well, you know what? This is kind of I've delved into the world of craft beer, so it depends. Like, I was drinking IPAs, I was drinking barley wine for a long time. I go through phases. I try to be a cultured man nowadays. See?
I love it.
Pinkies out, you know what I mean?
So do they make their own beer? over there at your?
Yeah, so we brew all of our own beer, all of our own food, and our brewers are awesome, man. We just had a beer on named after Superbad. I heard they recently added more hops. I don't know if you remember that scene or not, but I heard they added more hops. They're really cool. They're great brewers. It's good beer.
Awesome, man. I definitely got to come check that out. I love the fact that like all these craft brewery places are opening up left and right in central New York. I mean, it's happening a lot here in Utica, and I've noticed a lot in Syracuse as well. It's super cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great, man.
So they're going to have live entertainment too? Did you mention that earlier?
Yeah, so we do trivia on Wednesdays, and I help book the music on Thursdays. So every Thursday night, we have music. I'll be there on the 25th of this month.
Okay.
With my buddy Mike Spadero on bass, and yeah, hopefully just trying to expand as things open up. But it's going really well so far, and they're really into it. We're getting to work out the kinks of sound and everything. They put acoustic engineering. It's a really big building, so they put acoustic engineering in the ceiling, which makes it sound great. And it's one of the few gigs happening right now, so I'm lucky enough to be right in the middle of it. I get to see all my friends and colleagues play, and in that sense, I've been pretty lucky to have been around music, the entire pandemic. Because I'll run into people and they'll be like, "Oh man, I haven't heard live music in 9 months." And I'm like, "Oh man," all the time. So yeah, it's awesome, man.
Don't know what you got till it's gone, brother, and it's such a true statement. When they yank that music from us, man, people are jonesing. You're not the same person when you don't have music in front of your face, or it's part of your life. It's part of my life, and it's like losing a best friend.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, you're right in the thick of it too. You know what I mean? You're at every event, so I could imagine. Your social circle. You see everyone there, so you don't see the people. Which is a huge part of it. But yeah, man, you know exactly what it's like because you're so event based. With disruption and being everywhere, and even outside of disruption, you are just everywhere.
I'm everywhere. I miss picking you up on a golf cart for freaking Taste of Syracuse. Now that was some fun.
that was epic, man. That was epic.
Some of our rides, man, I'll tell you what, the Taste of Syracuse get pretty epic when you're driving around in a golf cart in downtown Syracuse, dodging traffic and dodging like 30,000 people looking to get a sandwich on the side of the road.
That was a rock star treatment right there.
That was fun, man. That was a lot of fun. We almost died, but it was fun.
Hey, that makes the story better.
Exactly. John McConnell is saying, "What's up, Ben?" Hi, John. How are you, man?
Johnny, how you doing, man? Oh, we got my buddy Wolfie and Janelle. What's going on?
Yeah, everybody out there in Facebook land, if you could do us a favor and click the share button. Also, if any of the musicians ever want to make an appearance on EC Radio, hit me up, slide in my inbox, and let me know. I open the doors to everybody, man. I just want to showcase all the awesome talent that we have here in the 315, not just Utica and not just Syracuse, but pretty much all of upstate New York. There's so much talent on the 90, but especially in the heart. In the 315, there's just amounts of talent between Utica and Syracuse.
Yeah, definitely. And we appreciate it, man. We appreciate you.
How's the feeling out there, brother? How's the feeling as far as Syracuse? Do people start to feel like things are coming back, or are they still kind of feeling sketchy because of Corona Coaster?
I think it's generally positive. It's like getting there, not there, obviously. And but you can definitely feel it like it's less restrained. It's less eerie. I think a lot of people are still afraid to go out, and rightfully so. Like obviously, be safe. And but I think bars are 75% capacity now. So it's another step, like one step closer. So I think it's generally a positive thing. Ever since the vaccine came out, it just looks like there's possibly, I wouldn't even say light at the end of the tunnel, just progress being made. As opposed to like one step forward, 2 steps back, or like another shutdown. It seemed like every time you just didn't know what to believe for last year. So, but it seems like now you can kind of see a step forward.
You know what to believe for the last 4 years, but we won't get into that.
No, another time.
Yeah, that's for another time. Hey, Ben, tell everybody where you were when the Sammys were going off and they were announcing your category.
Yeah, so when I was up for Sammy for the best jam band, I was getting my vaccine. So I was literally at the fairgrounds like with all these people. I got my shot, and I was sitting in the waiting room, just on my phone with my mask on, just waiting, listening. But I got out in like the nick of time too.
Were you able to video chat in, or no? Was it just like a blank screen for you?
No, I was able to video chat in.
You were, okay.
So it was yeah. So I got the Zoom room. And all the other bands were, they were friends of mine. So it was funny. They're like, "Where are you? Right? Are you at fairgrounds right now?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, get my vaccine."
That's
do
awesome.
the promo.
How awesome would that have been if you won? Not only, you won a Sammy, but it would have been a great public service announcement. Be like, kids, go out and get your vaccine, and you're getting your shot and accepting an award at the same time. That would have been epic.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually thinking, I'm like, you know what? This might be an omen. This might be one of those omen moments. Like, I had the vaccine appointment right now. I'm up for the Sammy in jam band, which is, like I'm way more of a rock guy than jam band, but I was just happy to, be in there, and obviously lucky. I was like, this is an omen. It's going to happen. But it didn't, but that's okay. It was so great.
So they had you guys. So for us, they had us in a chat room we were only up against one other person, and we got talking to Mike, super cool guy. I invited him on the podcast, and I'm looking forward to having him on. But I was thinking it would have been cool if we could have just been all in one chat room, because, like you said, you were in a chat room with all your buddies, and both of us had so many friends nominated for the Sammys this year. It would have been cool if we would have able to get in the room, have a couple pops together, and be able to shoot the shit while we're waiting for our category to get called.
That would have been great, and I think maybe we should just do that in general anyways. Maybe do like a Friday night house party.
I like it.
We all just go in, get patch screened, and just bring your own pop.
There you go. Bring your own pop. That's a Spring Street shirt you're wearing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
Figured I'd rep it for the podcast.
You gotta rep, brother. Gotta rep. Do you think maybe down the road there'll be a Spring Street reunion, or?
Yeah, we had one booked in, I think, October this last year at Funk and Waffles, but that didn't go through. So when we do it, I think we should get you guys out and play together.
Maybe that'd be awesome. Speaking of which, Danny Mac is checking in. He's saying, "Bring back the house party."
That's right. It's a little dangerous at the beginning, but it's fun. Yeah, we did. I don't know if you know the house party app. You ever seen that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so we did the house party. I think maybe a week in, and I had my buddies down in Austin, Texas. We're all FaceTime. Danny was in Atlanta, and man, we just had so much fun. We're crying, laughing. I woke up the next day. I'm like, oh man, we can't house party until next week.
House Party's a dangerous app, man. The one time, well, I've been on it a couple times, but the very first time I got on it with a couple friends, and all these people kept on coming in. They could raid you if you don't lock it.
Oh, yeah.
And then these girls are just taking off their tops and showing their tits. I'm like, I love this app. This is the best thing ever. I was up till 5 in just with all these girls taking their shirts off. I'm like, I'm going to be here every week.
Just God, is that you?
What a wild party. It's a wild app. It really is, because like you said, you and your boys were having a good time. Then you can play games with each other. Have you tried that feature?
The chips and guac? Yeah.
Chips and guac, is that one of the games?
That was one of the games we played, yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
And then there's trivia and all this other stuff. It's a pretty neat app. It is. It's a video app to keep in touch with your friends.
Mm-hmm. And other assorted other things.
Yeah, right. Take your top off, get drunk, get stupid. I don't know.
I take my top off, you know what I mean? If I'm having a good enough time.
If everybody else is.
If everyone else is, I'll join the party.
Right. Oh, man. This has been cool, man. I'm so glad I could catch up with you. And then hopefully maybe one day we could get face-to-face and then in each other's presence and maybe jam out or just hang and have a couple beers, man. I'm really looking forward to getting back together with all my friends, really. It's you don't see anybody anymore. Like you said, you haven't seen people in 9 months. Same here. I haven't seen some of my close personal friends in 9 months. You talk to them, keep in touch, but at the same time, you need that physical interaction.
Yeah, definitely. I'll make a trip out. We'll hang out. We'll do the podcast in person.
Yeah. And then once music gets back going, we'll have to get your band in here because I want to hear some of that aggressive sounds of the BBB. That's actually the BBB is a little more mellower though, right? Than the BSG.
The BSG is is the heavier stuff.
Yeah.
Ben Blujus is the more mellow side.
It's the lighter side of Ben Blujus.
The soft side of Ben.
Yeah, the soft side. The romantic side.
Exactly.
Light a candle and listen to this, baby.
Hey, you got to do it, you know?
Hey, if it works, brother, do it. If it works.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, but hopefully soon, though, all this comes back and we get you to Utica, or I'll come out to Syracuse and we can get together and chill and listen to some great music. But people, right now, I'm telling you, the order of the day is go to the streaming platforms and go check out my man Ben Blujus. He always writes some great music, and I'm telling you, you're going to love this stuff. So go over. You can find it on Spotify and Apple and Google, and pretty much, do you do like Reverb Nation and Bandcamp and all that too, Ben?
Yes.
Yep.
River Nation, Bandcamp, YouTube Music. It's just fully streamable.
Fully streamable. I love it. I love it, brother.
That's the best way to do it, you know?
Yep. So they can pretty much. Do you have a website? Do you want to promote, or promote any of your Facebook page or your social tags?
So yeah, my Facebook page, Ben Blujus, Instagram page where I do a lot of my promoting as well, and I just post videos and songs and all that. That's just Ben Blue _Just. You'll be able to find that. I'll definitely have more coming out too, especially a lot this summer. With the Last Call Kings, and then I'm probably gonna try to get back in the studio, do Ben Blujus round 2. Just big thanks to all my friends who helped me out, get it done, and it's really like awesome for me because I've never done anything with just my name on it. It's always been collaborative, so it was really cool to go back into songs I wrote 10 years ago, or like when I was 19, and just finish them up, bring them back to light, and get them out. So it was a really fulfilling project for me, and to be able to finish it with all the support and help that I had from everyone, and even get nominated for a Sammy, it was just that was great. It was just rewarding. So more to come. Definitely more to come.
Yeah, it makes all that hard work satisfying, right, brother? And then when you're leaving this music behind, it's almost like it's like having a baby, right? You're leaving your DNA
Exactly.
behind, That's what one woman asked me one day. She's like, "How come you don't have any kids, Z?" And I'm like, "Because I have albums to leave behind. I've got music to leave behind. I don't need to leave it. You would not want to see another Z in this world. Trust me." So it's probably better if I just leave the music.
I disagree with that part.
Thanks, Blue. I appreciate that, man.
A little mini podcaster, that'd be incredible.
Oh my God, he'd come out looking like a chia pet. It's all hairy and stubbly and shit, with a foul mouth, smoking weed.
So he'd fit right in, is what you're telling me.
He'd be perfect. My perfect son. Anyhow, hey, man, give love to all the boys out there, man. And when you get more stuff, please. And I'm so glad you reached out to me to use my platform. I tell all the bands, use my platform. If you got an event, if you got an album coming out, if you got anything happening, please use Disruption Network to get your promo out. It's free. It don't cost you anything. And plus, it's a fun conversation. So if any musician out there wants to get your stuff out there, we don't necessarily play the music out there because of algorithms and whatnot, because they pull it, but we can feature it and we can talk about it, and we can definitely spread the word for you. So if any of you musicians out there want to get your music out there through Disruption Network, hit me up. Blue, this has been great, man, and hopefully soon we can get together. I got to cut a little bit short, though. I got a bunch of stuff going on today. It's been a hectic day. It's been quite a hectic day, and it continues on through the nighttime. So, thank you so much for taking the time to hang with me, and hopefully we can have that beer really soon.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thanks for meeting up.
Yeah,
it's
and
been fun.
Good luck with the music, and keep me posted on everything you got going on, and videos and stuff like that. We'll go out and share it all and help spread the word, man. I got a lot of love for you, brother.
Same here, man. Same here.
Nice, man. Before we get out of here, much love to EJA Moving Services, my attorney Dave Longaretta, Utica Coffee, and the Saranac Brewery. I do want to mention the Danny Nappy Unbreakable podcast debuts Monday, people. Monday. You want to hear a good mafia story, ties to Utica, the whole, shebang of organized crime. It's coming out Monday morning. It's going to be off the charts. I'm really, really excited to drop this on you. It's my favorite project I've ever worked on, non-music related, of course. So that comes out on March 15th. The Ides of March, Unbreakable, the Donato Danny Nappy story. We release an episode every week. Every Monday we're going to release an episode, and I've got 10 episodes in the bag. There might be like 12 to 13, so pretty excited about it. So check your local listings for that. It's going to be on all the streaming platforms, all your podcast platforms. So check it out. Unbreakable, the Donato Danny Nappy story. Also, I'll be back Thursday with the Uncle Louie Variety Show for members only, and we do our podcast, Hold the Sarcasm. And everybody, you can like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you again tomorrow. Blue, much love to you, man.
Much love, man.
See you soon. Later.